Hey guys, welcome to PowerPoint Notes 2. I have 8 vocab terms that I'm going to go through. These vocab terms are all tools that we have at our disposal in PowerPoint that we can use to create better, more effective presentations. So I'm going to go through these vocab words, and I'm going to switch back and forth between this PowerPoint slide and a different PowerPoint, this one that I'm going to use as an example to show how to use these tools. I'm going to try to work through these pretty quickly, just kind of show them, show how to use them, and move on. So let's go ahead and get started. The first one is animations. So animations are movement effects that can make an object on a slide move. So by object, I mean text. A text box is an object, pictures, charts, graphs, or graphics or shapes. Okay, so to show how animations work, I'm going to go ahead and go over to the other PowerPoint. So this is a PowerPoint that I had a student submit a couple years ago when we were doing a project about different jobs that they might be interested in. So to show animations, I'm going to go ahead and go to the Animations tab, and I need to select an object to do the animation for. So I can do this picture here. So by selecting it, I mean clicking it. So when I click it, you see these dots. These are actually a vocab term, but for now I'll just call it the dots. I've selected this object, and I can select an animation for it. So let me select any of these animations here. I guess I will do fly in. So if I click fly in, you can see the object, in this case that picture, flies in. So I could do any of the other ones. I could do split, and it does that animation, float in, and so on and so forth. So those are animations. Second term, autocorrect. So autocorrect is a feature that is not unique to PowerPoint. It is also a feature of Word and Excel. PowerPoint automatically checks spelling and indicates any misspelled or potentially misspelled words with a wavy red line below the affected word. So what I could do to demonstrate how autocorrect works is, I guess I'll go ahead and throw a text box in here anywhere, and I can start typing in it. Type anything. Type architects make a lot of cash. You can see that one of my words, architects, is misspelled, and that is indicated by the red line below it. Architects has an H in it after this first C. But what I could do if I don't happen to know that is, well, I can see that there's something wrong with it. It has the red line under it. And to figure out what, I can right click on the word, and it will bring up a list of alternate spellings. So this first alternate spelling, we can see that that would be the correct way to spell it, ARCH. If for whatever reason you wanted to spell it the way that you put it in, so you purposely spelled it a certain way, you could select ignore all, and if I were to do that, the red line would go away. Or I can just pick the correct spelling and it will fix it for me. Okay, resize handles is the next term. So the word handles is applied to a lot of the tools that are used in the Microsoft applications. They're referred to as handles because they are clickable icon type tools that can be used to manipulate objects or data or whatever it may be. So the resize handles are actually those little dots that I said were a vocab term. The resize handles are the little circular dots that appear when you click on an object, such as a text box over here or a picture over here. And what you can do is you can hover your mouse over any of the resize handles, and you can click and hold, and if you were to drag your mouse, move it around, you can resize your object. So I could do that with the picture, I could do that with a text box, I can make it bigger or smaller, or I could do that with a shape, a graphic. Okay, fill effects. Fill effects are tools that can apply a variety of effects to slides, text boxes, and shapes, such as colors, textures, and patterns. So I guess I will use this text box to show how fill effects work. So I have this text box selected, and I can make changes to it. One way I could do that is I could go to my drawing group, and I could go to any of these three drop-down menus. If I were to select shape fill, I could change the color of my text box. So I could do that. I could give my text box a different colored outline if I wanted to. The outline is set fairly thin right now, so it's hard to see, but I could make the outline larger, and then I could select an outline. I could create a glow around my object, in this case, this text box. So those are just some different options, some different effects that you can apply to an object, in this case, this text box, and these are called fill effects. So they have to do with colors and backgrounds and borders, basically. Picture toolbar. Picture toolbar appears as a new toolbar section on the ribbon whenever you select an image. So if I were to select, in other words, click on an image, let's use this one. If I click on it, well, basically what I just used to demonstrate fill effects are the picture tools. So picture tools allow me to make those edits to an image or an object that I just actually showed. But notice that if I were not selected on an object, so if I were to click out of the object, these drop-down menus are grayed out. I can't use them. So in order to use those picture tools, is what they're referred to, I have to be on a picture or a text box or an object. So really they could be referred to as object tools. They don't necessarily have to be a picture, but they're just, that's what they're called. So tools to edit and manipulate an image or a text box. Those are our picture tools. Crop tool. Crop tool allows you to alter an object by cutting out portions of it. So the crop tool can be accessed two different ways. The first way is on the Format tab in the Size group, Crop. So if I were to click Crop, these little black brackets appear around the object that I had selected, and that will allow me to crop it. So I could make it smaller. The other way that I can access the crop tool is by simply right-clicking, and in this little mini menu that appears, I can click crop, and I can crop it if I chose to. Rotation handle. So we have another handle. The rotation handle is a circular tool at the top center of a selected object used to rotate the object about a fixed axis. So on the picture right here, that is our rotation handle. So if I were to click it, pull it, either way, I can rotate my object. I can do this to the text box if I wanted to, this text box if I wanted to, any object. And lastly, shapes. Shapes are illustration objects that can be inserted onto a slide. A shape can function as a text box, and it can be edited, filled, and typed into as any other object can be. To access shapes, I'm going to go to the Insert tab. I'm going to go into the Illustrations group, and I'm going to select Shapes. And you can see there are numerous shapes that we can choose from. I guess I will choose, for demonstration purposes, an arrow. And I can click anywhere on my slide, and I can drag, and I can, by dragging it any which way, I can change the aspect ratio of the shape, so I can make it blockier, taller, or I can make it long and skinny, or I can just make it really big or really small. Okay, so I guess I'll go ahead and create my shape. And so I can do really whatever I would like to the shape in terms of actually shape fill, not text fill. You can give it outlines, blue, make my outline a little bigger. I can give it kind of a three-dimensional angle. And of course I can use my rotation tool. And of course I can type shape as well. Okay, that wraps up our PowerPoint vocab. On the quiz this week, you can expect a similar format to the Excel quiz. It's going to be comprised of vocab terms. It's going to be comprised of concepts that were used in the Excel assignments during the period that we've been working on Excel. And it's going to also have at least a couple of icon questions like you saw on the Excel quiz. And like the Excel quiz, it will be in forms. Thank you all so much for engaging in these lessons and for paying attention, for doing such a great job so far. I will see you all on Teams this week.